No, we are playing Endless Dark. Okay, I do need to throw up the... Saturday games sometimes have strong themes. If you are not in the space for catharsis, please take care of yourself. This one in specific is going to be mental strain, breaks, and psychoses. Hey, Fire Snack. Hello, hello, hello. So, also, let me get a fresh notepad for any other silliness. Last time, we played as Robbie, and we were able to do our tutorial first run, and we completed that just fine. So we're going to switch over to one of the other ones. Right, Isaac. So, you know, it kind of is, but the fact it's a time loop story nudged it more onto a Friday for me, because I've been doing a whole bunch of time loop sort of games all in a row. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this year we've kind of started out with a lot of heavy games anyway. But that is fine. So, our first run, you know, our goody little two shoes bot, we saved all 10 people. Frank, though, Frank's a little bit of a different bot. He's selfish, he's explosive, and he's indifferent to tragedy. And in fact, he's kind of the polar opposite of our first bot, because he loses stress for ignoring repairs, for sabotaging, killing passengers, or just allowing them to die. So this is going to be much better, much more interesting. We'll get started on Arc 2, A Mysterious Note. Right, we do have the memory things. Okay, 2 systems start overclocked. Breaker surges are less common. Reactor generates +1 power. I knew it was slacking off. Oh boy, a malice. Installing a module generates 3 psychosis. Every cycle will have at least 1 weather hazard. Ooh, boy. Hope you will have a good time foraging, Toll Panzer. Thanks for stopping on by. Well, we have slots. No reason not to use them. Overclock is really nice. And I think we'll take 1 extra power. And let's go ahead and start. Oh, thank you for the head pats. I know last time we had like a technical manual talk about inspecting the human pods. It was fun as a bit on my first run to kind of RP, but definitely feel like Frank doesn't give a shit about that. We will be checking all of the pods to both have information and sort of a prioritization of who we will want to live. We're gonna leave everything as default, but I don't want an in-game timer. Frantic real-time mode. Wow. Deducts time whenever you gain stress. That's pretty crazy. And let's send it. Custodian protocols activated. Unit designation, Frank. Greetings, Unit Fury 1-8. Mission imperatives. Keep all systems online. Ensure passenger safety. Do not engage in independent thought. Refer to Mission Protocol MC419 for clarification. It says there it is, MC300. Yeah, fuck that! Frank doesn't give a shit about that. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you're doing well. Let's check the passengers we've got here. These little fucking meat pods. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got Anne. Cole. It helps to write it on one line, Dreki. Athlete. We've got... No! Bad bot. Camden Rocha. Camden Rocha. Referee. But what sport? Tuesday is doing good. Last few days have been... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can get some rest and recuperation with the rest of the weekend, and hopefully your next week is smooth sailing and boring. Play Joseph, computer programmer. Now, I like to think, like, with a name like Clay Joseph and being a computer programmer, I feel like they may have, like, run away from an Amish community and took up computer programming, or they're space Amish of some flavor. So, like, you know, we have all this high-tech stuff, but they're still working with, like, COBOL programming and, you know, Tesla coils and, I forget what those one really cool clocks are with the giant bulbs. Went on Rumspringa and never came back. Exactly. No. Don't dispose of them yet. Cheyenne Erickson. Art. Director. All right. We haven't really had any super objectionable people yet. Oh, we found a web developer again. All right, Zayden. You're going down to the bottom of the list. JavaScript must die. Frank is making a list, checking it none. Gonna figure out which one to kill. My son. Aw, an elementary school teacher. We need those. Probably don't need to write their entire damn name out, but I've already started doing it, so I'm going to commit to the bit. Blanchard. Element teacher. Pod status nominal. We're just starting, Frank. Why are you still trying to dispose of them? Frank Austin. Art director. Well, I mean, we don't need 2 art directors. All right, so we got some redundancy there. All right, we got Stella Wynn. An occupational therapist. Therapists are not bad. Therapist? Oh, right, I made sure the game's vibes are immaculate. Jan, didn't you write a lot of stuff for Frank though? Melanie Cole, actor. Okay, that's kind of... And we have Stephanie Lawrence. Database admin. All right, chat. So, our prioritization of people to keep alive. Off the top of my head, names-wise, you know, I feel like Clay Joseph being computer programmer, I think they're a priority to keep. Database administrators, good to keep. Elementary school teacher, definitely need those. And... occupational therapist seem good. We have also a duplicate art director, so either one of those. I think on our shit list, we've got a web dev, so 5. You know, as someone who was a referee once, you know, we get a lot of shit. So I am going to put a malus on the athlete, actually, rather than the referee. And then the actor, you know, I just don't trust the actors. We're going to put a malus on the actor. And then the referee will probably sit in about the middle. All right, so I got our prioritization list for getting people through. Frank does not have the same objective as Robbie, i.e. trying to get through the whole thing with all 10 people alive. Just read that as poo manifest. No! I mean, I guess you could hodge your poo. Yeah, we can put on the heat recyclers. I don't really need it. Oh, we don't have anything made. Okay. So, you need to sabotage a system. Use the observation window. Reveal ship faults. Install a module. Adjust course. Now, I remember EMP can be mitigated, but the radiation is dangerous. So if I can build the radiation hardening ASAP, I think that's the play to make. So I have that available. Now, let's go break some shit. And then look out the window. Navigation has a lot of shit to break. Oh lord, the worm chose Frank. Yeah, Robbie was offline, and we needed to send, you know, we really had to keep a schedule here. So, you know, we activated a Frank bot that was in the back. And there were a couple bugs, but, you know, like, we got to keep this timetable. So we just went ahead and sent it. Wait a minute. Oh. Sabotage is different than... I thought it was just dismantling things. Oh, I see. Well, well, well. Now, if navigation is sabotaged, I simply just can't move. So if I adjust course down... Actually, you know what? We're going to sabotage... No. Shields is the one that prevents things from being damaged. We'll just sabotage navigation. Navigation has served its purpose. We have moved. Frank must smash. So, hi, Sorrel and CJ Twin. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome on by, cool guy. Go ahead and open that window and give the Great Dark Yonder a nice gander. Gaze into the endless dark. Gazing, 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 gazing. Gaze into the endless dark. Oh, start the self-reflection. Well, we haven't done Frank, you know. Frank has had a nice, start to this mission. It's prioritized the humans. It's broken navigation. It's time for it to do a little bit of self-reflection. Every robot has 3. Okay. Does the self-improvement art prioritize ones you haven't completed yet? Because it seems like it would be pretty optimal to have it at least go through all 3, and then from then on randomize which one is grabbed. Okay, now unfortunately, I have managed to max out my stress, which I foresee might be a bit of a problem with Frank. Or I've maxed out my fatigue. We could eat a little bit of stress now. And I think we will. Adjust course will damage the ship. Yikes! Alright, noted, noted. It randomly chooses because it only lasts for 1 game. Right. Well, I don't mean for, like, the fact that it carrying over purposes, but just experiencing purposes. Then again, it is, I mean, a roguelike, and the whole thing is you play it multiple times. I don't know. I imagine my idea of going through this is a bit odd in that even though there's the distinct arcs, I would be trying to play each character at least once. So I'm like doing arc 2 with the second character, and I'll probably do arc 3 with the third character, and we'll see how things play out. But I will also admit I'm a little bit wrong. All right, let's go ahead and intern. What started overclocked? Cryo and reactor. Unfortunate. I would have liked to have the engine overclocked. Intern. Commit the log and power down. MC 9-8. Custodian Unit Fury 1-8 is retired from active service. MC 2-5-9. Sum of hoisted loads must not exceed a hoist aids rated safe limit. MC 3-8-0. Gravitational anomaly data must be archived and processed for mass displacement estimation. Frank's favorite part of the cycle is clocking out. Look, Frank here, he's a nice little blue collar, lunch pail 9 to 5 bot. All right. Soon as that hour mark rings at the end of his shift, he is trundling back into the power cage and not spending another cycle more. All right. Dependable. That's what Frank is. 7, 8, 9. You hate the pods. Well, technically, the most vital system on the ship to keep up and running. The pods represent what you dislike about the ship the most. Waste of resources, constant problems, nothing back in return. Even that uppity engine at least gives you some power, am I right? Worst part is repairing them. Every time a pod breaks, you have to install 9 fresh coils. And the coils come in boxes of 7. You're once again staring at 5 extra coils. You now have to go put in the back. The ship tells you they have to go back into storage. Again. Progress towards reform? Break the coils. Dutifully return them to storage. Negotiate with the ship. Now, the thing is, why are we reforming, Frank? Nah, we're gonna negotiate the ship. This shit's bullshit. You leave the parts on the ground by the pods. The ship pings at you, telling you to put them back. You shove them into an unused locker. Ship whines about storage protocol. You spend the next half cycle learning more about cryocoral storage than you ever wanted to know. At long last, the ship accepts your retrofits as appropriate storage. You feel a rare wave of relief and catharsis that is spoiled by the reflection that you just spent a half cycle on this insanity. This is about the lights we had to install in the animal cages at Petco. Oh no. Alright, I know we have clear sailing for at least 4 more cycles. So I'm not going to worry about navigation. There's 2 ways into cryo, so we can leave 1 door stuck. So what do I want to do this cycle? We can go ahead and counter this. We will end the cycle with less than max fatigue, so we can work on getting our stress back down. Yeah, I think that's the play. So we'll clear that, and now we need to break another system. So I know we're clear for the next while. What to break this time? You know what? Let's go break the shields. What have the shields ever done for us, right? Let's go ahead and get rid of those shields. There, we're just saving weight, chat. Amazing. Saves weight. Saves weight. And, let's go gaze into the dark yonder. I think. It might give us too much fatigue. I think that's one thing I regretted in my first run, is not using the perceive the open window. Gaze into the endless dark. Gazing, 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 gazing. Gaze into the endless dark. The first bite. Your perception swims in a fuzzy haze. You strain to recognize edges. You fail. You strain again. You see one line in the blurry muck. Sharpen. You keep straining, devoting all resources to discern edge after edge, line after line. Ever so slowly, and with such horrific effort, shapes emerge. Are they actually there? Or do you just want to see? What you are more sure of is the sound. Warbling noises, rising and falling in pitch and intense. You don't recognize the words, but you still feel their meaning. One is furious with 2. Two snarls that there's no other choice. One snaps that there's always another choice, especially with the suffering of sapience. Why was that so clear? The question stuns you for so long, you don't notice that 1 and 2 have gone quiet. 2 fearfully note that the camera is online. 1 does something, and all goes black. Deep lore arc progress? Are we in a simulation? Yo, if we're if this is like, what's the movie? What's the movie? The guy's brain is in like a computer and they're like sort of doing a pseudo time travel thing of like sending his, like reconstructing this train situation that they're on. And like, he doesn't realize that he's a brain in a box. And like, that's the big mid-movie pivot, is realizing that he's just like a harvested brain in a box. Fuck. Oh, it was such a good thriller. Oh, so many questions. So many questions. Gazing has doubled the chance to reveal ancient memories. Ooh. I don't recognize that movie, but I will answer exactly 0 questions. Yeah. I mean, I just randomly mass speculate. All right. We are good for at least 2 more cycles, I think. We will need to fix navigation, however. End turn. Commit and power down. MC201. All emergency plans must be reviewed upon reclassification of areas, including under MC175. MC58. Reactor due for corrosion cracking inspection every 5 cycles. MC301. Deep storage integrity checks must be performed every 10 cycles. You're awakened from a maintenance cycle by the ship, seemingly on simple caprice. Unfortunately, your maintenance cycle was incomplete, and several power nodules for your core processors remain disconnected. The repair station continues its work while the command computer relays the cycle's emergencies. As parts of your consciousness go on and offline, realize that your altered state may open the door for unique experiences. I don't watch movies, and I will answer even less! Slump back into our cradle. Ponder why the ship woke you without comment. Get to work. So we can either eat a stress hit. Gain psychosis. So I remember last time I ran up my psychosis really early and it became a struggle. We do lose stress by breaking things. But I do need to get navigation back online, and I will need to get shields back online. I remember when we were Robbie, sometimes we got something for doing favorable decisions. We'll slump back into our cradle. You settle into your charging station, just let your processors wander. As datasets are activated and deactivated, the information they present blends together in your central processor. But most anything you try to grasp for directly is already offline or has been overwritten by the next random data point. Only after your database is fully reconnected did you realize you've been outputting data the entire time, and some database entries have become mildly corrupted. As far as you can tell, none of your repair protocols seem to be impacted, but only as far as you can tell. You look at the leftover coils. 8 of them sit in a box, almost leering at you with their cold metal shape. They're supposed to come in 7 in a box. You look at the box, and then at the previous discarded boxes. At some point, the humans decided it was better to have 8 in a box and change the box. And now you've gotten to those stores. 8. 1 less than you need. Actively ignore the issue. Is there such thing as 9 to a box? All right. I guess we're just going to get a whole bunch of stress. Before losing your temper, you remove yourself from the situation. You retreat to, of all places, the replicator, where you find yourself idly browsing order templates for these coils. There are templates for 7 and 8, and also bizarrely 5, but not 6. Looking further, there are half-designed templates for 9, but apparently the idea was abandoned and then reverted back to 7. 7 somehow supplanted 9. Then you lose your temper. God damn it, humans! You fuckers! Oh, Also, I realized because I reset everything to defaults, music is back to being a little bit loud. Kind of bring these down a little bit. I know they're probably not too much of a difference for y'all because I do have a compressor and limiter in OBS, but on my end, they were, I couldn't really even hear my own self yap. All right, so we have a lot of stress. We need to break something. We also need to get navigation back online. Wait, we can adjust the course? Oh, I just can't see what's happening. Ah, but there's the other malice. When it's broken, we have... Oh, it's reducing our travel speed too. Oops. I remember actually laughing to myself as I made that joke. That is not a bug. Yeah. Yeah, I realize. Fuck. Yeah, we'll go ahead and repair. Wait, where are you toggling power? Just fix it. All right. We're gonna have a block of dust clouds soon. We have some nice gap areas. We just need to make it through these 4 cycles. I would like to overclock our engines because we are falling behind, likely because of the speed malice from having it offline. Let's sabotage navigation. 'Cause we're gonna need something sabotaged. Wait, we get why do we get fatigue when we sabotage? This is bullshit. Wait, bad outcomes are more likely until repaired? Damn it! Is there nothing I can freely break without consequence? Who could have foreseen this? All right, I need to somehow set myself up so I can work on revealing and countering the next fault in this zone. Wait, our stress is going to go up? Why? Why is our stress going to go up? Reminds me of when Panda claimed she was never punished for bad behavior shortly before gazing while there was a grav anomaly outside. Gave her the unreliable narrator insanity that drove you crazy at the end of your life. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the fun gotcha. Yeah, you can detect 3 of the 4 possible anomalies. Never punish. What's the meme? It's like, aha, this is awesome. Oh no! I am wondering, where am I getting stress from? Yeah, that's right. I'm a genius. Oh no! You know, if I'm getting fucking stress anyway. Wait, we get 2 stress just for people being alive? 2 stress per living passenger. God damn. I mean... how much do we lose? Who's on our shit list? Where's the web developer? 5? I mean... oh, but it gives us a bunch of psychosis. Oh, I could sabotage a cryo rather than an actual ship system. Fuck. I've been breaking the big things. I need to break the small things. Damn, Dreki. Well, the thing is like the stress log only shows what I've already done. Unless I can pick end turn and then look at it. A human life, aka a small thing. Only for the current turn, but if your culprit is structural, it's at the end of the turn. What could be causing damage? I see. Okay. Nope, I guess we'll just nothing to do but end the turn. I feel worn out but ready to burst. I am unshaken. All passengers accounted for, but no major repairs are required. Coils again. You have 3 left after a repair. You're not even sure if it's because you ended up with that many, or because you broke some out of anger. Getting tired of thinking about these coils. You need a solution for this. Any solution at all to make this unending nightmare of coils finally be put to rest. You have too many other responsibilities to put this much processing power towards coils. Too many other things to be angry at. Fewer pods to service. Stuff a few spares in the chassis of each pod. Just try replacing it. Replacing 8. Stupid spacing problem. Ah, yes, my favorite, chemming. All right, so we can't do number 1 because Clay Joseph is on our keep alive, which is unfortunate because that would be that's a really nice timing to get rid of all of our stress and get some parts back. But Clay Joseph, a runaway Amish computer programmer. We can't let Clay die. Just put a couple spares in each pod. Send him to the Lord? Damn it, Clay. I'll remember you. I'll break a motherboard in your honor. I really need that stress reduction, though. Also, hi, Iced. I hope you're doing well. Sag. It's hard to choose sometimes. You got plenty of humans in your pods. It's not like a single one matters. Chip didn't give you enough tools to deal with. Humans didn't make their pods well enough. Systems don't work enough. Whole place is a shoddy, poorly crafted, rust-infected garbage heap. They did this to you, so why would you ever give them the unprovoked kindness you never saw? Asleep, frozen, oblivious to the decay around them? Well, now one more human suits its environment of decay. Status: updated. Alive, dead. Profession: dead. Professional dead person. Okay, observations glitching. Okay. Did you get paid for that? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you have to get overtime for a graveyard shift. Damn. Alright, we need to speed up. So we're definitely overclocking while our fatigue is low. Okay, radiation hardening is available, which is good. Oh, what the fuck's over here? I'll get rid of this fucking hazard. It's disgusting over here. EMP shield, machine parts, consensus protocols. Oh, the consensus protocols is a pretty good option. Reliability is important and reduces having the reliability crisis. Problem is we need to prime ourselves to get the next fault. We need to sabotage something, and we need to repair. I don't want to repair. I don't want to sabotage navigation because then we're in a bit of a pickle because we need speed. But we could sabotage one of our cryopods. All right, we got rid of Clay. You know what, Clay? In your honor, I will get rid of the we'll sabotage this one. The web dev? Yeah, that's the web dev. Right. All right. The names were tripping me up because I have them written first and last, but they're shown last first. Snarf. All right. Let's get our stress. All systems have a 10% chance to power off at cycle start. That doesn't sound like a bad malice? Because you can just go and turn them on. I mean, it does cost a little fatigue. Unless it turns them off, so they're in the inactive state whenever things are checked. That would actually be a problem, because, like, shield's deactivating, so then things have more chance of being damaged. Might actually need to be worried about that. Also, we do not have as much stress as I thought we would, which is a problem. Because we're going to gain a whole bunch. Well, I guess we're not going to lose too much. Just go ahead and sabotage this. Pod is damaged. This passenger will die at the end of the turn if you don't repair it. Oh no. Whatever will we do if a pod person perishes? That particular deactivation check happens after systems are checked for the round. I see, I see. So as far as malice is, it's pretty light. Cole? What's that kobold doing? What are you doing over here? I hope you're doing well. Wait. Aw, cryopods don't count as systems. Shit. Can I double sabotage? I can double sabotage. That's right. A lot of things have 2 HP. Alright, we need to get this back so I have the reduced chance of things being bad. What to do? Oh, right. I need to remember. I get to doing things and then I forget about glitch systems and I keep eating penalties because of that. Damn it, Dreki. Okay, what counts as a system? Probably, yeah, these are all systems. Shice. I don't want to reveal that because we're gonna have like 4 cycles of dealing with shit, and we need to keep our stuff down. I mean, I could sabotage and then immediately repair something, I guess. It's kind of annoying. Well, we're not replicating anything. We can just do that. Sabotage. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was making the... Ah, fuck! Well, I hope I didn't mess that up. Maybe, what if I break it and then repair it? Oh, man. I hope it still makes the thing I initiated, but maybe it won't. We shall see. We'll let the pod person perish. That is our send-off to the clay. Oh, we could sabotage command. Ooh, I feel like that'd be dangerous. Let's go ahead and end turn. Doing good, doing good.